Last Wednesday, Congress voted overwhelmingly to override the president's veto of a bill that would allow surviving families of 9/11 victims to sue Saudi Arabia for any involvement in the plot. The vote was bipartisan, 97-1 in the Senate and 384-77 in the House. All members of the Mass delegation voted to override except Jim McGovern and Seth Moulton. Moulton, who served 4 tours of duty in Iraq, told us why yesterday on Boston Public Radio.
This puts our troops and our diplomats in danger. Our troops overseas, our diplomats overseas, are now at risk of being arrested and thrown in prison in ways they never were before.
Congressman McGovern has said much the same. Now, some may disagree in good faith with Moulton and McGovern's thinking. My guess is that most who voted to override the president's veto were instead worried about what Moulton described in that same call yesterday.
You can imagine the ad that will be used against me someday when it says, Moulton voted against 9/11 families to support Saudi Arabia.
But whether you agree with Moulton and McGovern or the vast majority of Congress, the 2 Mass legislators deserve praise for not doing the easy thing, the politically safe thing, rather standing on principle at personal political risk. On this, like so many other things, most members of this dysfunctional Congress stand for one thing only: re-election. To make matters worse, and please listen to this carefully, some who voted to override the president are now criticizing their colleagues for doing the exact same thing they did. Take Mitch McConnell, please. The Republican leader in the Senate is blaming the president for not explaining to him and his colleagues the consequences of their vote. In other words, Barack Obama, who McConnell has excoriated for 7 3/4 years, should have saved McConnell and others from themselves. He's kidding, right? No. As one presidential contender might say, wrong. McGovern and Moulton lost the vote, but in losing, I'd say they won. What do you think? Email us, tweet us, share the thoughts.